We're live, crawling back into my creepy crypt of clutterari. Dr. Christian von Fromm here. You're the Crypt Keepers, got the Crypt of Terror. Vault Keeper is the Vault of Horror. Old Witch has the Haunt of Fear. So why can't I have the Crypt of Clutter? Crypt of Crap. Probably that one. Anyway, we're back. Diving back in. I had a heck of a week with the old day job. So haven't had any time to make any progress on the Ymir here. This is from Mike Park's Tiny Terror line, classic garage kit series of super deformed kits, just like little resin caricatures of different famous movie monsters throughout the century. And here is the Ymir beating up on Disney's Dumbo, because in the film, the puppet has a very cool stop motion fight with an elephant they are equal size. Um, right, so let me just switch our feed over here. Also threw on some organ music. Why not? I'd hang out in the basement, making little monsters and talking to them, and talking to you people on the internet, so I don't feel so weird about talking to them. So organ music, yeah. What was I doing? Changing camera feeds, dude. There we are. Yeah, so I'm bit by bit as I learn the ropes here, trying to find the optimal kind of jerry-rigged camera and lighting setup, so you guys can see what I'm doing, and so I don't have to be constantly looking over my shoulder at the monitor. I can just trust this. I had to break out the old C-stand, which has 1,001 uses. Was the slogan, which then allowed me to throw up a magnetic light. That we've got a really nice clear look. The autofocus is grabbing it, and it's just barely clear in my head. I promise you, I'm gonna bonk it at some point. Um, it's my destiny.
It is unavoidable, my young apprentice.
Enough of that. Let's start painting and stop procrastinating. Let's see. I mean, I could spend the whole day just playing with color shift layers. So I think I'm just going to do that. Going into red flash. Did I already do this? I don't know. Let's do it some more. Looks like you did. I try to take pictures where I leave off at the end of each painting session. I try to take pictures of where I leave off, so that if it's going to be a couple of days before I can get painting again, I can look at it and kind of pinpoint what I'm liking, what I want to bring out more, what I want my next steps to be. And so I've been doing that, and I'm realizing, and forgive me if I did say this in the last stream, I can't recall, that the color scheme I've kind of come up with, he kind of looks like Chicken Man. He's like a rooster boy. Especially since I'm giving him this like pink waddle here. And I'm here for it. Everybody loves that chicken boy. So I kind of want to run with that, but it is gonna shift. We're gonna bring some other colors into his face. Right. Run with that brush. Just want to bring some more of that into the fins and his waddles. And now I brought down this bright yellow. This is good transparent paint, which I had to learn the hard way. The slow, dense way of just like having to figure it out for myself, because I didn't talk to anybody about it. But I would try to use this yellow as a base color. It's so transparent that you keep seeing the streaks coat, coat, coat. And so if you want something to be bright yellow, you have to lay a base of a lighter, flat color like white. Anyway, I'm using a very flat brush, and I want to just dry brush just glaze, glaze, graze, graze. Glaze is a technique. Um, just trying to get the tops of his pebbly bumps. I do want to start to kind of separate the look of the face from the look of the rest of the body. Like if you look at him from upside down, I was dry brushing some of this color shift purple, just going straight up, so that he's got this kind of iridescent look. Um, I mean, on top of the fact that I'm using iridescent paints on it, combining just giving him a lot of it's just fun design. So I just anyway want to only get the highlights of the muscles, just to bring some variance to it, really highlight the amazing sculpture that he did. Never really got to know Mike Parks, regrettably, but I did meet him a couple of times at these model conventions that we go to, or horror conventions where you sell these. But like when I first met him, I was a little kid. My dad would bring me to those literally since I was in a stroller. Um, I think I was out of the stroller by the time you bought this, but yeah, I was a little like 4-year-old kid when we got this one. Um, and when I was older, I and had my own money to spend. Oh hush! When I had some of my own money to spend, I did buy at least one piece directly from him, as opposed to just stolen from my father's collection, like this one. But that's why he's getting it back this year for Christmas. And he didn't have to do any of the work. I really want to get. Ooh, there's some stringy bits. I don't know what I was saying, but that's okay. Couldn't have been very important, or you wouldn't have forgot it. Oh, Mike Parks. We are talking about the sculptor, Mike Parks. Um, but he, aside from these tiny terrors, he was also a brilliant sculptor with his more realistic pieces, full scale characters, and he did some modular bases. I have one. I have a kit of the Thing from Another World, the James Arness version, not the John Carpenter, Kurt Russell movie. And he just made a custom base for that with like crates in the snow, and it just had the title, The Thing. So it was just like an additional base that didn't come with that model. And yeah, he was just one of the greats of this industry. And I did get to send him a message before he passed. And I don't know if I knew that he was sick. But I sent him my very first stop motion animation, or stop motion painting, like ghost paintings, which was a Mars Attacks bust of his, which I'll put on this channel eventually. And I found the dailies. I shot finished footage that I just didn't incorporate that first time, or maybe I intended to do it, but I had a deadline and I never came back to it. But I just forgot that I even had that. So I think I want to do a nice Redux version of that one. But enough yammering. What we're gonna do? We got our yellow highlights there. I think I wanted. I wanted to do something with this teal. Same brush, because this is going to be something to do with the pebbles. I don't really know what. I'm just going to follow my heart. Again, this is a black and white movie. And it's a one-time original creature. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's something. Because I also thought last time that just the way I left him, he was starting to look a little too much like one of the Gremlins. Like the main baddie, I think his name is Stripe. Um, and I think these eye ridges had a lot to do with that. Let's try. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The same way that I got the highlights of the muscles with that yellow, I'm going to go into the recesses and highlight them with this kind of turquoise. Yeah, man. Oh, man. This is. No, I shouldn't. Oh, but I will. No, I'll do it. Just keep. Ah! Okay. Yeah, that helps. All right, now we got to do the same thing on this side. Forgive my strange grunts of inner conflict on painting decisions. I know Bob Ross never did stuff like that. Oh, duh. Hang on. There we go. Ooh, look at that. See? Way better on that side. So let's go back and do that here. So my worry there was that I was getting carried away and that I should be doing this as spot work with a smaller brush, just one little goosebump at a time here. I don't know what else would you call those. Uh, let's roll this in here. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. Just get that negative space. You don't want it. I never want it to look like there's any part of the kit that I just like left because like no one's ever going to see that. Just want them to look real, as real as they can be. Mm, let's see. I'm just playing at this point. I don't know where I'm going with this. I was going to try to get the goosebumps on his chest and under his neck, but I don't want what happened to the tail where a lot of the turquoise kind of bled into it, so I just went for it. Maybe I'll stipple this. Hang on. Stand by. I mean, you don't care. Just stand by. You just got to watch. Yeah, man. That looks good. I can start to get some of the don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay. Yes, I want to stipple that a little bit with this brush, just wet it down where I dry brushed, and just no, too much, too much. Just want to kind of marry some of this together where it looks patchy. There we go. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to smooth out. This is just how I really like to blend in after a dry brush is to, when you know you're not going to dry brush with that color anymore, or with that brush on this pass, just give it one quick dunk in the water, and you put that into the little patch of paper towel where I set up the dry brush, where I dried the brush. Um, and then you can stipple that to kind of like get into the recesses, and it's a thinner coat. Uh, and it just kind of like gives you control over how much contrast there are between the highlights and the recesses. Because you don't want too much of a harsh contrast, because then it looks like layers of paint, which of course it is. What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? I'll tell you what. I'll start dry brushing his claws. Grabbing a butterscotch here. Hello? No clue what that was. I'll have to flip over my paper towels soon. Didn't use a big enough slice. Here we go. You see how I'm going about this very slowly? Just like testing out the look. And doing it equitably among each talon. And then building it up slowly until I like where it's at. You know what? I don't like prepositional phrases, and I just did a bad one. And my mother, a retired English teacher. Okay. And yes, he's got two little hind claws. Can't forget those. Okay. And you know what? Let me just try to work back that turquoise stippling thing. Again, just to give a little bit of a gradient in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Leave. There we go. There we go. Now, without even washing the brush, I want to build up from that. I want to find like a nice kind of bone color. Do I have? You like how I almost just spilled that bottle of paint deliberately to check the color value? Lemon chiffon. I feel like John Edwards. There's a lemon chiffon here. I feel like it's over here on the right-hand side. God, remember John Edwards? We used to watch him as a family. Satin cream. There's like a middle ground, and it's lemon chiffon. Your paints, people! All these paints are old friends. Yellows in, oh yes, the yellows are in this basket. The yellows are in this biscuit. Canary yellow. Come on, no. Meanwhile, as I search for these paints, I'm like stabbing myself in the hand with this autographed spade from Kyra Sean, who played Karen, the little zombie girl in Night of the Living Dead. That hangs on my wall here. But maybe it shouldn't, because it's right where I reach for paints that I can't find. And there's always a very decent chance that I have already held it in my hands while looking for it. Or is it hidden behind jars of brushes? Fine, I'll stand up. Oh, mercy me! I gotta stand up and Okay, now wait, really, where is lemon chiffon? I know, there's other things on the model that I could be working on right now. But it's a contest of wills between me and this little bottle of paint that doesn't want to be found. Aha! Oh, there you are. You got knocked over, lemon chiffon. Were you scared? Oh, I was so scared. Don't you ever do that to me again. I talked to the models, I talked to the paints, I talked to the brushes. If you can't tell, I didn't have a ton of friends as a child. What I did as a child was this, but just for my own amusement, which, let's face it, is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I got the lemon chiffon. What was I going to do with it, kids? Oh, the next layer of the talons. Oh boy. Hang on. Get as much mileage out of that paper towel as you can. Yeah, I don't want to completely bury that butterscotch dry brush layer that I just did, but just have the highlight coming through, and then it kind of gets like darker and yellowed, and we're going to help that out later with a wash, but we're not on the washing stage yet. And don't forget those back ones. Okay. That was it. That was all I needed this for, and I stopped the show dead for that? It's a very useful paint. I'm glad I found it. I'm going to keep it here. I just have no chill. Ah, that's good water. If you haven't done so recently, go get some water to drink. Gotta stay hydrated, folks. Arg. Now what? Heck. Let's go crazy with some more color shift. Is this the... No. Yes, all right. What do they call this? Metallic glass finish. Oh, okay. See, it read as like a bluish, purplish thing, but whenever I apply this color shift, it kind of looks gold. Oh man, that is thickened. These do get very thick, these color shifts. I think they're just chemically different from your flat colors because they're a novelty paint. Boy, no, this ain't gonna work at all. Well. It'll do something. It's a layer. It's something. Just bringing it across the top of his head. All right, let's try this brush. Just try getting some. Ooh, yeah. So goopy. And you don't want paint to be too thick like that. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, what I just did was nothing. There we go. Ooh, I like that. Sure, why not? I'll do a little bit of this to bring out those details, but I do want to just tickling his nipple there. It's unavoidable. There we go. That's I was talking last time about every time I paint a model, there's just this unavoidable awkward phase, especially if it's a character that you really love or respect or fear, because there's a lot of monsters. Um, you always have to paint their crotch and their butt. And it's just you have to be like, sorry, Batman. Like, I think I'm also self-conscious of that. Oh, maybe this is oversharing, but it is a funny story. Um, the worst instance of this ever was I was still living at home, and I was painting I was working on Screamin's Elvira kit, sculpted by John Dennett. And right as I was dry brushing, kind of like this area, my mother opens. I mean, my bedroom door was open, but she leans and says, "Hey, dinner's gonna be ready in 5 minutes," and then sees what I'm doing and says, "That tickles." And it haunts me to this day because now I hear it for every single character when I start painting in delicate regions. I guess the thing to remember is that they're all pieces of plastic and I'm just insane. All right. I like what I did. Do you see what I did here? It's a model painting show. I should show the models that I paint. I like that I brought this that last color shift. Again, what is this called? Oh no, blue violet flash. I was reading the wrong blue violet flash. Okay, yeah, it's fair. But again, it comes off more gold, and it just gives this kind of finish that you can apply to different color areas that can tie them all together. So I'm feeling pretty good about. Oh no, one more thing. I think we're done with dry brushing. Let me get my little wash tray. I want to go back to our base color, the one that I started with all 25 or so years ago when I feebly started this kit as a kid. And I want to, not this brush. Yes, this brush. Okay. Arguing with myself about the brushes. I don't even know who's watching. Hang on. Oh, a terrible streamer. Oh, that's okay. No one's even here in the chat. That's fine. That ain't why I'm doing this. I do need to get better at paying attention to the chat. Boy, if I had all the room that I wanted down here, I'd have the laptop right ahead of me and using that so that I can just see. Oh, I'm trying to install things and plugins so that I can have a notification whenever a chat comes in. But wouldn't you think? I mean, I've seen it in other streams, but I assume that was built into YouTube. What kind of chat system doesn't come with notifications? That said, it's entirely possible that the issue is between the computer and the chair, and that there very damn well is a notification sound setting. Nostrils. Yeah, man. Right in his nostrils. But I'm using this teal to kind of, again, blend into this more pink area. But also, it's now our darkest value in this kit. So that's what we're going to use for shadows, which we might bring in something else later. Yeah, you know what? I kind of left his eye areas a little pink. I want to dial that back just a little. Again, kind of, I don't want to lose that soft tissue effect that I had there. Uh, we gotta even it out. Now, tell you what, just because we got a little bit of paint here left, just get a little bit of his chin. You keep saying that, chinny chin chin. What does it mean? Anybody ever seen Jeff Goldblum play the big bad wolf? I've seen it many times. Fairy tale theater. I grew up with that on tape. And that was my favorite episode. It was the Three Little Pigs, played by Billy Crystal as the smart pig who built the House of Bricks. Stephen First, Flounder from Animal House, is the kind of yuppie, fiscal, like thrifty pig, which was a weird trope to employ, who tries to skimp on materials by building a straw house. And then the middle pig who built the house out of sticks is Fred Willard. And like weirdly enough, this is how I learned who all these actors are. And Jeff Goldblum, of course, is the big bad wolf. And I've been seeing some clips of it go viral lately on the old Tack Tank or the Twackus, whatever the video scrolling one is. Okay, that's enough of that. I just want to, over that dry brush, bring out a little bit more of a little more flesh to that muzzle. And this will help work back a little bit of the chicken. I don't want to, because that upper lip in profile looks like a beak, or can look like a beak. So, what am I doing? Do I like this? I don't know. But I just got to run with it now. Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. It kind of, yeah. He is less of a chicken now. Yeah, that looks good. You know what? Let's even. Yeah, man. As much as I love these color shift paints, I don't like to leave them as the final layer a lot of the time. I like to dial them back with some sort of flat layer because it just makes them like when they're subtle, they work best. Yeah. Here. There we go. Okay. I'd like to start painting Dumbo now. There's a lot that I had to get done. I really wanted to get him in a good spot. Now I had an idea for how to do this. That's a good color blue. I'm thinking of using a blue, kind of a neutral blue, as a base. Because I don't have a ton of grays, and I don't want to buy them because technically I could mix black and white. I don't like mixing my paints because I can never get the same thing. Like I like that I know all of these shades and I know exactly which bottle to reach for. Lemon chiffon. So what would be a good brush for Dumbo? Yes, this one. In fact, a lot of them is going to be pink because it's the inside of his ears. But we'll start on his face. Don't have to worry about his hat yet. Oh, and don't let me forget that I got to get a toothpick so that I can cut off the ends and glue them into these holes on either side of his trunk. So he's got some little tusks. It's a musky tusk. Musky tusk. No! Woo! All right. Just knocking over paint. But no harm done. Oh, yeah. Oh, his little body is back here. Yep, just got to stare into the crotch of the monster. Oh, whatever happened to my organ music? An ad came on, so I muted the laptop. See, this is the challenge of gluing a kit together before painting. When I was younger, I would paint each individual piece and then glue it all together and repaint over the seams. But a lot of that more immature work, you can see the seams because the paint doesn't exactly match. Um, so now I focus on doing all the seam work and then painting over that, or at least doing things in stages. Lately, I've had to, if there's some sort of pose like this where it's going to be hard to get to reach all the surfaces once he's all together, then I will do like a base color and then glue them together and putty so that I can go over again and then apply the following layers unilaterally. Sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, I'm not going to get too much of that because it's going to be pink, but I do want to get the edge in here. Just get the edges of the ears so that I can maybe blend it out because there isn't a hard line sculpted in denoting where the gray outside of his ear ends and the pink inside begins. So, yeah. Oh, heck, I'll just paint the whole ear. Just paint the whole ear. Because you didn't prime this, so at least having another layer of paint already in there will help our cause here. Hush. Now I'm going to forget that again for another hour and then say, "Where's my organ music?" Also, make sure you put your fingerprint right on the fresh paint. I can't believe this guy. Ugh, this is tough because I don't want to get blue on the Ymir. Oh, I just noticed you can. Oh no, never mind. No. Okay. Ignore me, said the aspiring live streamer. Okay. Yeah, that I just want to smooth that out, whatever that is. Oh, that might be a defect in the resin that I didn't catch. It's okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna hit this with a hair dryer really quick so that we can do another coat. I'm gonna plug in the hair dryer. Hmm. Stand by, gang. I'm just gonna flip the old camera around. No. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. I'm sorry. I was making you watch this upside down. But I mean, I twist them around so much, but this is just easier for me now because it looks like what I'm seeing. Ah, I need a producer so bad. Like, who can I ask to just like sit here in this tiny, cramped cellar to tell me that I've got a YouTube chat? That's okay. That's okay. The organ music's actually kind of nice. You know, it's kind of Christmassy. I mean, it definitely sounds very Christian. So it feels like I'm in church, but there's no cheery lyrics or anything. All the stuff that I really can do without. Um, yeah, Christmas music and me don't get along so good. I hope there's some more. Jeez, there we go. And bye. Come on. Nope, those are my legs. Arg. It was working so well before. There we go. Ha ha! All right. It's all fine. It's all. You know what? It's great. I don't have a boss here. I don't have clients here. So I don't care. I don't care if I mess up. Um, that's all I need right now. And if people like watching me do it, by all means, watch me do it. Could use a friend or two. Ugh. So you saw me got scared by a YouTube ad while live streaming on YouTube. I don't know if my credibility can recover from that hit ever. It's painful, disgraceful. Um, gonna happen again. I'm not advertising for them. Ah, okay. Dumbo. Let's get him with the hairdryer again. Okay. Use that blue. We'll go that light yet. Forgive me, I don't have a plan for this color scheme. That's more like it. Yeah, that's next. Okay. I want to use that here. Okay, so where's my tiniest dry brush? Well, there's my utility blade just sticking out there out of its cork. Oh, there's the one. Tiny dry brush, just 'cause I don't want to get this on the wrong character. I mean, it's manageable if I do. Start off to the center line of his face. Okay. Looks pretty good. Let's start getting the inside of his ears. Yeah, start with this hot pink. Yeah, man. And I like that the blue underneath kind of dulls it down. So that was a good move, just blocking that in. To do this right, I may not even need to dry brush to blend it. Let me just gonna work out there because I have less and less paint on the brush. A little more there. Yeah. And then we're going to come back and layer up closer towards the center of the ear. Boy, it is tough being aware of this guy's tail at all times because I don't want it to snap off like I'm used to there just being a butt here. that I can hold in my hand like a father of a preemie. Um, that was just meant to be a literal remark. I wasn't trying to make a dark joke. I know things can be scary if you have a preemie, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. My grandfather was a preemie, one of two. He and his sister Rose were born the same night. Technically, that made them twins. And they were so tiny. And this was 1917, I want to say. The doctor came at a house call and just said they're not going to make the night. Put them both in this little shoebox and put it on the wood stove to keep them warm for the night. And he lived to be 87 years old. One of my heroes. Get back to painting your monsters. Oh boy, I sure did leave a nice, crisp fingerprint in that ear paint. I thought I got rid of it, but I'm seeing it. All right, I just don't want to play music on Spotify. I'm trying to quit. Doctor wants me to cut back. I don't want to hear a football player sell things. Truer than you might know. Okay. Just wanted to wet the brush and go along. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Nice and blent. The past tense of blend. Oh, you dangus. I mean, I could use this to fill in that. Let's see if I can wear down that fingerprint. It's not the paint's not that old. All right, this is getting messy. Hair dryer. To me, my hair dryer. Okay, you. Okay. Oh, and hey, we're 53 minutes into the stream. All right. I knew I wanted to put in at least an hour's work on this guy, but I thought I would get a lot more done in 53 minutes. However, I like to ramble and get carried away using every kind of color shift shade under the sun. We're going back into this hot pink. That's right. Maybe a different brush. Something that isn't currently wet. No. Oh, that's good. Okay. Uh, do before I blow dry that, do want to just try to clean up some of the color bleed in here. I didn't stay within the lines. So I just wet down a small kind of detail brush. And go along the edges that I want to clean up. Oh, and I went way too hard and we exposed some bare resin. Oh, no! Not insurmountable. I'll say, something that I do love about live streaming this in front of an audience is it has helped me not freak out and curse when something goes wrong. This has like helped with my temper. So, thank you. You're welcome, said the empty chat. Okay. Okay, let's blow dry that again. I'll clean up the edges closer to the finishing stages. I don't know why I do the dance with the hair dryer. That doesn't do anything. If anything, holding it still is going to get it done faster. But I'll do it for another 35 years. It's just going to happen. Okay. Don't think we have a yet. There's. Oh, come on. I'll use it, but I don't want to. There it is. Yeah. Back where you came from. Oh, man, I'm bummed. I just heard, I don't know if you got that, but there's a freight train. There it is. A freight train that runs by here. And I took a walk before filming up to the overpass that overlooks the tracks. Because every now and then I catch a train up there, and it's fun to just watch this huge, long train just like coming out from underneath me. Anyway, I went out there today. There was no train. I went out because it was 42 degrees out there, a king's ransom of degrees. And in the dwindling sunlight of 3:17 p.m., I decided to take the air while I could, because this is getting cold out there. Eesh. Okay. That's good. Yeah, we'll clean that up later. Sorry, I'm leaning back too much. It's also very hard to do this job and maintain good posture. Man, I'm liking what I'm seeing though. All right, I want to go back into, this was my lighter blue layer, and I just want to kind of do some edge work back over the pink that we just put in there to even out the ends of his ears. Okay. Oh yeah, any place that we got some pink spill over to. I can hear the train going. Oh man, I wanted to see the train today. No, I just have to listen to it. It's okay. I'm doing my favorite thing. I know what we're going to do. Going to get into a very pale blue, mix it with that dry brush so it's not quite that pale. Okay. And that's what we're going to do along these edges. Yeah, I do like getting to substitute blues and greens and stuff for grays. Dumbo's a gray character, and I didn't use any gray paint. And that kind of helps add to his Disney cartoon appearance. Which I said before, I do feel bad making this because I feel bad for little Dumbo. I feel bad when the elephant in the movie gets it. Spoiler alert. The movie's from 1957. If you haven't seen it by now, it's your fault. I should refresh, since this is my third installment on this one. This character is from 20 Million Miles to Earth. Ray Harryhausen's stop motion monster flick about a little bitty monster that becomes a big old monster and ultimately fights an elephant. Ergo, Dumbo. Okay. Okay, we'll leave Dumbo alone for now. Clean our brushes. I mean, they're my brushes. You stay away from them. My brushes, my shows, my models. I don't even know why you people are here. Oh, you're not. Cool. Nice. Where's that water bottle of mine? There it is. Ugh. And you saw me hurt myself getting a drink of water. It's great. There's no convenient place to put anything. I'm so caged in by lighting and camera rigs and laptops and wires. And me, not an electrician, I'm going to burn the house down. I know it. Next move. Okay, I got it. Where's okay. Oh boy, sounds like I've done the water rescue a few too many times on this one. Navy blue. This is an old standard. Yeah. So where'd that this guy go? This is going to be our base color for the mouth. Oh, the fact that it's a thin paint already kind of helps. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Do that. And you know what? Since this is so thin, I think I just want to go in and start doing some washing on this. Kind of what I was doing before with the blue spruce base color. I think this will help that even more. Yeah, get behind his eye ridges just to give some definition on things. Yeah, I like that. Sure, why not? Get it into the pink tissues. But don't have too much fun because there's much work to be done. Come on. Okay. Now I'm just having fun spot washing. That's when you get to bring out all these little details. Tell you what, since we have a little brush going, let's start laying in some color on these little chesty bumps. It tickles. See? Just lives in my brain. All right. That was a fun bit of washing. I see a little spot that could benefit from attention. There we go. Tell you what, we can even try to clean that up a little bit. Oh, yeah. This is a perfect case for this. There we go. Helps neutralize that purple spillover from Dumbo's ear. Which Dumbo's Ear is a neighborhood in New York. Okay. All right. What color is Dumbo's hat? I mean, or do I just want to wing it? Do I want to be inventive? Pretty sure it's yellow and pink, but I don't know if it's pink with the yellow stripe or yellow with a pink stripe. Well, I have on record what I was going to do. Let's see what it actually is. Dumbo. Oh, it's just a yellow hat. Oh, I'm going to give him a pink hat with the yellow stripe. But I don't want it to look like the same pink of his ears. So this is a conundrum. Oh, that sounded like Bane. That was just me biting my lip and talking. Well, since we covered up the hot pink in his ears so much, let's try using that as the base of the hat. Oh, here comes the heat! That's right. When I say I work out of my creepy boiler room, it's literally a boiler room. Okay. Just needs a couple coats, I think. Okay. Not sure if I like it yet, but we'll see. Again, it is amendable. That is an idea. Let's try it. Grabbing this kind of lavender color. I just want to see about. I think I'm going to hate this. I think I hate what I'm about to do. But let's do it, huh? Oh, I hate it. Oh, God. But nope. Toss it. Can it. It's garbage. So much for we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. No, that's okay. I wasn't. No, it rings true. It's a happy accident. I wasn't crazy about the way that base color was looking. So let's try this. What is this? English Country Rose? Dusty Mauve. I always mix those up. Darn it. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is what I was picturing. Man, I shouldn't have looked up what Dumbo's hat looked like. It got me all second guessing, and I couldn't remember what I was doing, or I don't know if the decisions I was making were to spite Disney and do my own thing, or if it was really what I wanted to do, and just want to do a good job, It all matters so much. All of it. Okay, fine. I'll have to clean that up later. See you. All right. This guy. Now, let's see. Where are my yellows? Not that. Don't think I want the... No, not the bright yellow. Not Troll Boy. You get it, Troll Boy. You get why it can't be you? Somebody out there gets it. Now, hang on, because I know I used this paint on camera today. Butterscotch. Oh, no, but I put it away. I guess I thought I was done with it. Silly me! Yeah. I like this idea. This is for the band of Dumbo's hat, which he doesn't even have in the reference photos that I saw. So this is probably the sculptor taking some artistic liberty so that he didn't have to pay any moolah to Disney. Yeah. So we'll clean that up, but I'm just glad to block that in. And I think I will try to layer a lighter pink on the highlights for the rest of the hat. I want to get started on the eyes soon. But actually, before I do that, let's check in with the teeth. The idea that I had is I want to give him some blue gums. That's my thing these days. I've been painting a lot of... Uh-oh. What was that? Oh! Overhead light. Okay. You know what? No. I want to put in a little more work. So let me just get another light going. Boom. There we go. Okay. Blue gums, we were talking. I was saying how I've been doing a lot of green guys because I got all these fun color shift and neon paints. So I've been, see, I did a rat fink model for my dad. I gave him blue gums, and I think of there's a scene from an old SpongeBob episode where they go back in time. Squidward goes back in time. That's what it is. And he meets the caveman SpongeBob and caveman Patrick. And there's that one shot of that. And you see the steaming blue gums. And that is stuck in my mind. So I really like blue gums as a monster element. We're going to give the Ymir blue gums just as soon as I can find my tiny, tiny brush. Where are you, my tiny, tiny brush? Come on, you're just a tiny, tiny brush is all. There it is. Tiny, tiny. Tiny, tiny. Gonna wet that down, bring it to a point. I am going to have to stop soon because the old hunger pangs are a-calling. So I just want to kind of hit the highlights of his gums because we started with that navy blue wash. There we go. Yeah, see, that's something. Just kind of like dabbing it in. One, to control how much paint that I'm adding at a time, but also just to give it a little nuanced pattern. I can't tell where the bottom gums. Oh, there's some. There's some gum. And yeah, and doing it this way, it's just trying to, it's like a tiny, tiny dry brush. Well, we've established it's a tiny, tiny brush. Didn't say it enough times. Clearly. Okay, I'll even see if I can get some, if I can pick up any details up here, maybe. That'll be good, yeah. Okay. Just get a little bit more there. Yeah. Yeah, man, blue gums. And with the gums done, that means we can finally start painting the teeth, the fangs, the maw. So what do we want to do for that? I got to remember that this guy is not too old. He starts the movie in an egg that's like this big, and he hatches. So he's a baby. God, that makes it really sad now that I think about it. It's like the classic like King Kong type of ending where just like a creature freaks out in a completely alien environment. It doesn't have a happy ending. All of this is to say that I don't want him to look like, when I was painting his talons, I was like, I don't want him to look too weathered because he's not Godzilla. He hasn't been trudging the ocean floor for millennia. But I'm also just, I think, just stalling on making any kind of a move. Well, heck, we made such a big fuss out of it. Let's go back to that lemon chiffon. That's a good teeth color. Look at it. It's good for bones. It's good for teeth. It's good for eyes if you're kind of a spooky guy. Okay, all right. I don't know why I keep putting the paint cap beside my left arm when it would really ideally be beside my right hand. But it's going to happen again, I promise you, because I never learn. And next, I want to start laying in, just blocking in the base whites of both characters' eyes. They're going to be very different, actually. What do we have here? Bleached sand would work. Not warm white. Where was that satin cream I had earlier? There it is. What do we think? Uh-oh. Satin cream got chunky. It's just a chunked plug. Now we should be able to use it. A chunked plug. You like that? Because just the way that I paint out of the cap, the paint collects over the years like this. And then it just kind of thickens into a chunked plug. I never gave it a name until now, but I just love saying chunked plug. Oh, Dumbo's got eyebrows. I'm going to have to do those. Do elephants, in real life, do elephants have eyebrows? I don't know. I can picture it both ways now. Oh, God, this is going to... Okay. Pretty good. I just want to clean up some of those edges right there. I can pick that up. Good. Pick that up. All right. So that was satin cream for the whites of Dumbo's eyes, which I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep the lines very sharp. I want him ultimately to look like a hand-drawn animated character. I'm not trying to paint him like a realistic elephant. But I don't want to use the same base color for the monster's eyes because they're two different species from two different planets. But now I got to figure out what I want to do with his eyes. Oh, excuse me. I got to do the other side, though. Oh, yeah. I know it sounds painful. I know some people hate it, but Man, I love that feeling and sound. I'm so sorry. So I just did the Tiny Terror Godzilla, and I gave him like yellow, bright yellow eyes with orange irises. So I want to do something like that. Hmm. This is real tough. You know what? Don't flip your wash tray. I saw something up here, not that. Canary yellow. Let's see if this works. Okay. Let those dry. And I'm going to double back to this is my lighter, my highlight blue for Dumbo. I just want to clean up some things that I've been looking at that have been bothering me. Cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. Okay, that looks good. All right. Yeah. All right, now I want to go back to his hat. Yeah, I want to clean up the area around the band. This is just like little noodling things at this point, but I can't move on until they are done. Although I am realizing, just looking around, like how close we are to done. Or more to the point, reaching a stage that I think of as technically done, of I could stop there. But I want to make sure that I don't have any unfinished business, because that's how you become a dangus ghost! Pum 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 pum. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Where's my blue spruce? I'm going to clean up the inside of his fist where the paint started chipping away. Not chipping, wearing away. Because I put too much water on it. But this area also had a lot of bleed from the other paint schemes around it, so this will help clean that up too. Cool, man. Coolibaba. Okay. Yeah, wow, it's coming together really fast at this point. Yeah, that first, I'll say my first live stream session on this guy was real slow. I know it because it was all, I was starting from scratch. There's a sick part of me, this verite cinema documentarian that wants you to see every bit of effort that I put into each of these things. But I mean, I edit this stuff too, and I could see it's just dead air. So I might not stream in the future the stages like filing and dremeling unless I'm just doing a tutorial. But no, I should save that for the tutorial episodes that I actually cut. I'm not using warm sand, so I'll put that back. Satin cream, that's what we had for Dumbo's eyes. I want to do another coat of that. Oh, we got to give him eyebrows too. Okay. Oh, shoot. This little paint chunk. Oh, come on, get out of there. Please get out of there. Oh, boy. Hang on. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. He is on. Okay. Okay. Stop it before you make things worse. All right. Yeah, I'm liking that color for his eyes. So with that, oh my goodness, we're coming up on an hour 45 here. I think this is. Do I want to press on? No, it's 7:10. Okay. I'm going to call it quits here for now. I will be back at this probably tomorrow night, just to do some finishing touches, and I'll probably noodle around after that, like call it done on the show, and then keep going unsouped. But yeah, this was a productive night, and finally having Dumbo painted there. The kit is really taking shape. The joke has materialized. Yeah, a good day. All right. So I will. I'll catch you later, and finish this guy up. And after that, I'm gonna be streaming, maybe in the same session, this They Live bust from Mike Swistak at Cthulhu Gizzard Customs. He's also got a YouTube channel on here, and he keeps it up to date with what he's working on. The guy never stops sculpting. But I just got this in the mail from him. This is going to be a Christmas present for my brother. I'm going to try to figure out how to turn it into a Christmas ornament. I might drill a hole here for a ribbon. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you did, I wasn't really paying attention because I'm a baby at this. Oh my goodness! Is that Caleb Foss left a comment? Oh goodness, I'm terrible. Caleb, if you're still there, I'm signing off, but I will be back on tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.